Alright, hello everybody. I'm here to explain for extra credit number 1 what went wrong. Alright, so if you couldn't tell already, there was something wrong with that problem, and I'm here to fix that problem. So basically, let's take our first equation, what we started out with. I'll explain the rest of it later. So our original equation is f of x equals 4x to the 4th plus 28x to the 3rd plus 31 x squared minus 63x minus 90. So using synthetic division, because that's what was used in our example problem, let's try to figure this out. So you first take your coefficients of the things. So our coefficients are 4, 28, 31, 63, negative 63, remember that sign, negative 90. Alright, as you can see right here, those are our coefficients. And now we have to find what we're going to be dividing by for the synthetic division. Dividing by. So the way that we figure that out is with the rational root theorem. The rational root theorem is a0. You basically take a0 and an, and a0 is the highest coefficient or number, the highest absolute value of a number, and then an is the lowest absolute value of the number. So our highest for a0 would be 90, because it's the highest number. Then for an, let me get that a little better, an, our lowest number is 4. So now that we have those, we go into what can multiply and then get those. So I'm going to start with the lower number first, because it's just a little bit easier for me. So for 4, 1, 2, and 4. That's it. For 90, you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 15, 18, 30, 45, and 90. I believe that is them all. So now we have to look at our numbers list. So that's basically what it's going to look like. You have all your dividers in there. You're basically going to look for what is common. Well, you're going to look for the greatest common factor. That's what it is. So let's look for common factors. You have 1 on both. You have 2 and 2 on both. There's nothing else. So that means that our x plus or x minus, whatever number will be x. Let me draw that a little better. Will be x plus 2. Take the greatest common factor and then you plug it into x. So, that being said, go back to your original equation, draw a nice line under that, and x plus 2. Just like as you can see right here, that's the equation that we will be working with. So, set this down real quick. Alright. So with that being said, set up your synthetic division. That is a terrible line. Set up your synthetic division as you normally would with the two lines and such. And then you're going to want to take that x plus 2, and then when you do the x plus 2, it's not x plus 2, it is x plus 2, but when you use it in the equation, you're taking out the x and putting in minus 2. So, be minus 2. As you can see. So now let's start our synthetic division. If you know synthetic division like I do, you might be confused, but I'm here to help. So you take that 4, that nice number 4 right there, just drop it down, drop it below the line. That's all you're going to do with it. See, like I was very confused on this part when I was learning it. So you just drop it right down. Not that hard, not that hard. And then, you multiply that negative 2 you had down to the 4. That gives you negative 8. So now you add 28 plus negative 8, which is just 28 minus 8, which is then 20. You might be wondering why I have my coefficients so spaced out. That is for the end. So now you have 20. So now you have negative 2 times 20. That gets you negative 40. Remember your signs. Just remember your signs. So now, 30 minus 40, in a sense, is negative 9. So now you have negative 9. This is where the problem occurred. Because as you see, right here in my problem, it says negative 9. But in Susie's problem, she goofed up and didn't carry down the sign. She must have thought it said 40 minus 31, or she just straight up forgot the sign. Sorry about that, very shaky stand. And she probably just completely forgot about the sign. Happens to all of us. So, as you can see, I still have that sign. So, these numbers right here, these 6, let me circle that a little better. Those 6 are about, well, 4. The coefficients are set, so it's more like what's in that poorly drawn circle with a line in it. So now let's resume back. So now you have negative 2 times negative 9 rather than the negative 2 being multiplied by a positive 9, which negative 2 times negative 9 is 18. 63 plus 18 is negative 45. Negative 2 times negative 45 equals 90. Negative 90 plus 90 equals 0. So with that 0, you do not have to add anything else to it. You don't have to worry about it or anything. So remember how I said that you want to keep your coefficients spaced out? Here's why. So as you can see, we have to drop down these x's. And the way you would do that is all these, you basically subtract one power off and then shift everything over. Since the 0 is there, we don't worry about it. There's nothing for us to do. If there was something there, there would be a different process. So now, basically, I just like to fill them in, and 4x to the third plus 20x to the second minus 9x minus 45. So that is the answer that you should have gotten, and not the 429, negative 81, and 72 like before. So that's how you fix that. The 0 you don't have to worry about. Now if you were to go into factor it, you do your basic factoring procedures. I'm sure factoring is pretty easy for you, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But when you factor, your new equation would be f of x. Yeah, so basically if you're at this stage already, factoring should be pretty semi-easy for you. If it's not, there's ways to get help. So when you factor it all down, you have f of x parenthesis, well, equals parenthesis x plus 2, and parenthesis open again, x plus 5, close parenthesis, open, 2x plus 3, close, open, 2x minus 3. As you can see right, so I can focus in, right there. So that's how you factor it. That's how you fix for the synthetic division.